your eye on it. You're gonna have to keep your eye on it. You're gonna skip some ads.
I honestly hate that we do this every week now.
You know,
it's not fun.
Think about a lot of the traditions that we had that weren't fun that we stopped doing eventually. Mm-hmm. That's the way I kind of see this. Like, eventually this will be a thing of the past. And where will it stack? In some of the
can't come things. Soon enough.
Okay, what would you... I gotta rate would you rather.
Wait a second.
This is pretty bad, isn't it? One of those?
Wrong way.
It's... So... Yes, stop. Stop it. It's over. We're finished. It's good. I've got the hey, you get your damn hands off of her hair going, and it's fine.
You get your damn hands off her. So T, I gotta ask. So does that, if you had to have pre-introduction camera adjustment or sweatiest basement in Kensington, Maryland, as a permanent part of the show, which one would you choose?
That grew on me actually after a while.
It grew on you. You had it surgically removed as soon as you possibly could.
Nah, maybe it did.
Just wiped it off.
It was a growth on you.
Heard it in a long time.
I mean, Kevin, what do you want to ring in on that one?
No, I said he wiped it off.
Okay, he wiped it off.
It was dirty, so he wiped it off.
Welcome, everybody, to Tuesday night. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I'm Ken Marangolo. This is, thank God, it's Tuesday, the last and final episode in Season 3 of Offseason on the Brink. Appreciate all you guys online hanging out with us yet again. Please do us a favor, subscribe in the corner. It's free, and you'll be rewarded, in heaven. And also, if and only if we say something you like, just hit the thumbs up.
It's Ken Creamsicle with a K.
It is a creamsicle with a K.
Ken with a K, Creamsicle with a K.
On the far side is Tim Strachan.
You know what I love? The best thing about Thank God It's Tuesday is this is the hour of the day where you can put all other worries and lists and things behind you for a good, 30, 40 minutes plus. Just do something fun.
Oh, we've kept people much longer.
It's a great week. We get to talk about a matchup. Get to see some familiar faces, and
that's why I showed up.
Yeah, there you go.
Him being Kevin Ricca.
That, and I like to celebrate the final show of off-season.
Season finale.
Yes.
Everyone knows season finales, crazy things happen. You never know exactly how it's going to end.
It gets weird.
I had fun writing the tweets for today, and they were stupid. Trust me, super stupid. But I do love...
You write tweets?
For the show, of course.
You do?
I tweet it out. It's tens of people see it.
I follow you
every Tuesday. The fact that the third season that we've done this, and so a little bit of showing up in some pretty weird situations, and I think it's fair to say that our collection of off season is in this tight window are very much Brinky. And it could be what leads us to an awesome era of Redskins football. And we might just have had to suffer through this little window. And the Mary Jo White stuff, which there's no news there, so we don't have to talk a lot about it. But it's still out there, and we still eagerly await it. I know there were some people last week that were cheering the Mary Jo White stuff on. To a man, has anyone heard the words Mary Jo White outside of this basement in the last month?
I had not.
I haven't at all.
Actually, the last time I heard it was in this basement.
Yes. Okay. So there you go. I'm just trying to be, fully, transparent. Kevin, it is wait, what did we got on there? Judge Judy?
The Office. Rhett wants to watch The Office.
He's in the middle of a fantasy.
It's not a great endorsement of our show, Rhett.
We're probably going to get copyright infringements, man. Unbelievable. Pam and Jim arguing in the corner. Week 1 on the horizon. This is it. Is there any... For you, my first question for the group is Thursday night NFL kickoff. Is that a full thing now, officially, for in your NFL football schedule?
Yeah.
Every down, right?
Yeah. Okay. That's a big deal. Listen, I know Thursday night can get to be the doldrums a little bit. It's a weird thing for everyone.
Well,
it's not the greatest. But for me, opening night, Thursday, I'm behind the sticks on a Thursday, getting out a little bit. There's an excitement. It's palpable. Everyone comes in, and there's some Buffalo fans coming in. A couple guys from
God,
the
I'm
Northeast.
Jared Oldroyd.
But
definitely not going to your place.
But the point being, everyone's fired up for some football, and it's for real football. It's the real deal. The first Thursday night game might be the best Thursday night game. The way the schedule lies
Rams,
for everybody.
Bills.
They have
if you
flex
think about
games,
it-
or do they have the whole schedule?
They do have, we have flex games but later in the season. I always thought, like, you have other sports. Like, obviously, baseball has a famous opening day, and it's mostly, around the same time. But for the NFL, every team playing on Sunday, like, the fact that, like, this hasn't been a forever thing, like, we're not far away, I'm guessing, from a Friday night game and potentially, well, I bet you there won't be a Saturday night game because there's, like, a little bit of respect there with
Does
the
this
NCAA.
answer your question? Thursday night is always awesome, right?
Should be
it's
two
not
games,
as
T, right?
It's
Two?
not as awesome as the first Sunday.
No, the full slate. No, that's the appetizer.
Unless your team plays.
That's the appetizer.
Unless your team plays
The
in that
Thursday night
Thursday night
appetizer is nice, though.
Unless your team plays, but still, the Sunday is always the best.
So that's
opening.
what our draft should have been. Best opening nights.
Yeah, we can still
Put it
go
on
there.
the list.
And I also
Put it in the book.
because
No, I think we do a best opening night, so just a little one.
before
later on.
the Thursday night kickoff, which has been around for, I didn't know I was going to talk about this, so I didn't find out how many years it's been in existence. But it hasn't always been in existence. For the most part, everyone played it for the first time on Sunday. But one team had their first game on Monday night,
Right.
which I thought was super cool.
Yeah.
So they still get that, but to have opening night of all the leagues, I mean, again, opening day is like sacred in baseball in this country forever. But I think we're right there where Thursday night kickoff is better than any other opening day or night in all of professional sports.
Well,
Is that Am I overstepping?
maybe they're just because it's just an appetizer. It's just one game. If it's a blowout, then
is.
what? And if it's a blowout and your team's not playing, you're not all fired up. It's more just like an excuse to tell your wife you're getting out of the house. But if you really hold on, I'm working my way backwards through this.
Are you
If you really embrace
throwing
opening
down
night
here?
on a show,
Yes.
now I'm going to shut the up.
No, it's obviously huge and momentous and requires live coverage from the basement.
As well as all 3 draft nights.
Yes. I don't know what we got going on. Everyone here agrees. We're in the trust tree, in the nest.
Oh, good Lord. Hopefully she's not one of those 10s and 10s this week.
That's right. So T, no, not a ton of roster news. What's like the thing that's most surprising to you about the news cycle here for the Skins ahead of Week 1? I think to me there's an obvious one. I think we probably all agree.
Of the news cycle?
Yeah, just no real news. It's been pretty quiet at Redskins Park and it looks like it likely will be up until, this Jacksonville game.
No, seems like a lot of the attention's on Wentz.
I like that.
I think that's what I didn't read any of it because
No, I'm just saying no pickup, no big linebacker pickup, no big corner
And
pickup.
how
No, we didn't.
And how about also, I mean, we all knew about Chase Young. That's a year in the making. No, aside from that, no very obvious brutal injuries aside from our main man surviving getting shot for freaking sake. I mean, that's a little, but even that.
Besides shootings, obviously.
Right, but and I hate to speak light of it,
No,
but
I know.
the end result of that is the
Yeah.
greatest thing that's happened because in past seasons that typically wasn't. We talked about Sean Taylor. We went to bed thinking it was going to be more like a Brian Robinson scenario. So thank God for the Robinson family. But what I'm saying is there's no major like catastrophic anything heading in. There's not this like it's just
How about this?
It's just the Bruceification of the Brucifier.
How about this? Aside from the shootings and the congressional hearings and the federal investigations and the lack of an owner coming on shore in America, aside from stuff like that,
Yes.
it's really been quiet.
From like 7 or 8 agencies. I think it's the 7th or 8th federal investigation. There's so
Yes.
many different places in town that just want to investigate us.
Since you brought it up.
Yeah. It's very
Bruce
true.
Allen testifying for Congress let's put our politics aside in general, but Bruce Allen is going to, in the Zoom session, answer questions. Now, obviously, he probably won't answer a bunch of questions, but what if he just wants to answer some questions? You know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure it's going to be pretty buttoned up in terms of what he can and can't say.
You can't handle the
Yes.
truth.
What if he's just secretly pounding Bud Lights and Evan Williams and just gets on there and he wants to talk about more than just Harvest Fest?
Dude, this is like I mean, it's the Dark Prince versus Lucifer.
Yes.
Like, this is going to be a battle royale. Does he really want to throw the first blow? Does he really want to try and bring
I
Snyder
think he
down?
wants to.
Because you don't think Snyder's got some Bruce stuff going?
he's
Like,
got
it's about to
100%.
get super gross. They're going to challenge each other to a duel. Someone's getting slapped with a glove.
Well, he better not take all the blame and go down
Bruce?
for
Oh,
it would never
no.
happen.
Bruce,
But-
Bruce Allen? Dude, he's going to come out as somehow
it is
a
Snyder's
hero.
best friend.
Snyder's best
Yeah,
friend?
you can't remember. You gotta remember that they're best
Whoa,
friend.
that's
Super best
that's
friend.
no longer.
Yeah, one,
But so was
we have to have a
Gruden.
necklace. Each one has
I
one.
know. But guess what?
Anklets.
You don't want to see the inside of that bad boy.
No.
It's a black heart in there, Ken. And I'm also going to say this: when John Gruden comes out last week and says, "Yeah, I know all those leaked info, but I still think Bruce Allen is a fine person."
Oh, of
That
course he
made
does.
weird. That made no sense to me until yesterday. I was like, wait a second. If he endorses him, maybe what he knows he's going to say congressionally it won't be just completely laughed at in the football world. So we'll see, man. I
As a Washington football fan, can you believe that he is going to say anything truthful up there?
I don't believe that man is capable of honesty.
No. But it'll be under oath, and it'll be salacious.
let me
if
just
he
say
says
this.
anything.
When you lie all the time, then are you not? I mean, I don't. If you always lie,
Right.
always
Then you don't know you're
lie.
lying.
can
But
you be called? I don't know.
let me just say this: I play in a charity golf tournament, and Bruce Allen
Convinces
he comes up to
himself
our
it's
group.
truthful.
Bruce Allen comes up, and he's got these jeans on, and in his jeans he has a worn out tin of dip can. I mean, that takes a real Southern guy that's been working on the back. Like, that's not Bruce Allen. First of all, he's got worn in jeans. Like, that dude hasn't done anything. Anyways, he's got this dip tin in there, and I'm thinking, like, this guy's like a wannabe, redneck ass guy. Listen, I was Skull Mint straight for about a decade. T and I had our time there. He whips it out, blah, blah, blah. It was Bandits. It was the Bandits. This was like a 50-year-old dude, and he had Bandits. And I was like, all right, like in my neighborhood, you must have the Bandits. They better have been sold out at 7-Eleven of the long cut. Like, I'm just saying, taking it back, he had that thingy in there, and it was a Bandit thingy.
Yeah.
You can't have a Bandit thingy. All right, I'm done.
So, aside from the bandit thingy, obviously.
Did he
which-
pack
and-
the bandits?
He did,
Yeah,
like a
like-
song. Like he wanted everyone to see it too. Like clickety clack clack,
And then it was
clack
bandits
clack,
inside.
and he was like 1, 2, 3. It's a small pinch between the cheek and gum. Yeah, that's got to cause a wreck.
Sure.
It's got to be stuff everywhere. Blah blah. No, he was like, "Ooh, get in there, you sneaky little
Bruce.
bandit."
Maybe he went to the dentist that morning.
You know,
Maybe.
Well, I'll
sounds like
you
a
know,
lie.
He's obviously going to, he's probably signed 1 million forms, and this is going to probably be a game of cat and mouse in that regard. So my expectations and hopes are set very low for anything awesome come out of this. The only thing I keep thinking is what you just said, is that this is the beginning of something big, because these two men, if you play these two guys against each other, like this has been going on for this hearing. I don't even. Is it a hearing? I don't know what it is. It's in Congress.
Yes,
been
involving
going on for a while.
Dick Nuts and the Bandit.
Yes.
Up next.
They-
It's the two worst people that we've had in our world.
He wasn't on the radar, and they just subpoenaed him, and Bruce was like, "Absolutely, I'll be subpoenaed." Like, I don't know. It seems like anymore if you get
Well,
subpoenaed.
I
it's
don't
like a
know if anybody
suggestion.
else is talking to him. Maybe he's just desperate to talk to people.
Maybe he has a story to tell, Notorious B.I.G. style, and it's going to just get freaky.
Because maybe
That-
no one's talking to him, and he's like, you know what? Fine.
Well, it was Labor Day weekend, so someone should have been talking.
It
Jesus.
sure was. It sure was.
God, that
All
made
right,
me
so
chuckle.
we'll find
You
out
don't
what
like
the
that
deal is
word.
there. We don't.
Huh?
I
People
think
like
it's
that word.
probably
Oh, belabored.
Yes.
the most fun about it we probably already had, unfortunately for us. But the cool thing about moving on from an off season on the brink is that there's an actual game coming up. We're 0-0. We haven't shown anyone our ass yet, and but we also haven't
Whoa,
done anything
is it washed?
big yet.
Did we wash it before we
I
show it?
bet before week
we,
one.
well, we made a
It
deal
better be
last
washed.
year.
Yeah,
Gotta
we
wash
Sorry,
talked about
I
this.
broke it
Talked
week
about
If you're
this.
going to show it,
I forgot to wash week 1.
September
should
11th,
wash it.
big patriotic matchup between Washington and Jacksonville. Obviously, this goes back hundreds of years between these two cities. Everyone knows this, but we're gonna make the most of it and see if I feel like we didn't find out anything about Trevor Lawrence last year, other than Jacksonville was terrible. Travis Etienne didn't play, at all because of his injury. I think those two guys come out completely different this year than we saw last year, and that's huge if they are.
Travis Etienne is going to annoy the shit out of us on Sunday. He's going to catch a bunch of little, check down routes, and he's a special dude, and he's going to be a guy for them. But I'm sorry, as I look across at all their weapons, it's hard for me to just be horrified by what's coming to town. I can't. But Etienne's a player. That's a fact. Those two guys were together for 3 years, winning a whole lot of ball games. They're in sync. At that level, we'll see. But I think the most recognizable and talented and decorated NFL player on that roster played for us last year. So I think he's had the most success. He's damn good. But they also lost their entire interior offensive line. They lost their starting guards and center. Center retired.
That line is poopy.
Here's the thing. It's all guys that they drafted, they brought along. The D3 guy from St. John's, Minnesota, in his third year is coming along. Ben Bratch or something like that. I don't know. But, you like the roof of those D3 guys, especially unless you're playing against them.
Yep.
I want him to get swallowed whole by the Alabama Mammoths inside. I can't wait. I don't see a lot there, and I don't see a lot on our schedule. But weaponry, they got some good players, and they spent some money. But is anyone here afraid of this?
No.
They spent a ton of money on some playmakers and some key pieces, but not, in my opinion, I don't think it was the ones you need to really be successful right away, which is up front. I think they didn't do it on their line other than Sheriff. But
yeah. Christian Kirk had 57 yards a game last year. He
long-term-
made a lot of money this year by
look,
them.
They're a professional football team, right? So you can't overlook them. Doug Peterson's there. He's going to have them ready and all this stuff. But they're an organization with a much further goal and outlook, than winning right now. I think they're putting pieces together. They're rebuilding. They're
They've been doing that for a long
Yes,
time.
they have.
I know, but
They have.
they keep screwing it up.
Yeah.
So when you keep going back to zero every year,
Well, here's some perspective on what you just said. Since Ron Rivera has been here, specifically here for 2 years, the Jacksonville Jaguars have, I think, 6 is that by far and away won the least amount of games. They are 4-29 in the 2 years that Ron Rivera has been here.
Yep.
The perspective is this: we've won 10 games more than they have in those 2 years. That's a lot of games in 2 years to have more than another
You
team.
expect to beat a team.
Everyone's like, "Oh, Jacksonville, Washington." Yo, man, pay attention. We've had double-digit more wins than them in the last 2 years, and they within that time frame had the third longest losing streak in the history of the NFL. They had a 20-game losing streak. They went 1-15 2 years ago. They won the first game and lost the next 15. Lost the first 5 coming into the season. But that's not the stat. And I told you guys I had some stats that were going to make you feel a little bit better heading into the weekend. This team's got 17 straight road losses. They haven't. Jacksonville.
This is Raymond's roundup.
Yes.
Okay.
Not
good.
yet. Well, I'm just saying.
waiting
I'm
for
just
it.
no. I don't. I'm just throwing it out there. It's part of the conversation. I think.
You
You want to wait on the roundup? I don't know.
No, do it.
No.
Well, I just said 17 straight road losses. They haven't won since December 15th of 2019 on the road. So how about this? I ran it out a little bit more. I wanted to see when the last time they beat somebody on the road with a winning record was. They went 5 in their last 35 games since 2017. They are 5-30 on the road. All 5 of those victories came against a team that not only didn't have a winning record that day that they played, but didn't have a winning record at the end of the season. That means their last 35 road games that they've played, they've either lost or beaten a losing team.
Yeah.
If we're going to be a winning team, it's going to be established right now, right here. We are so far ahead of them in our rebuild, and we believe this. It's going to really chat my ass if we go out there and cough this one up.
Do your numbers say anything about why it's only a 3.5 point spread? Is that mostly because of the unknown of Doug Peterson and the new players?
And Carson Wentz is unknown. No one knows.
Okay.
I think that.
I think we believe a little bit more than most. But.
You see the Bills play the Rams. You see the Chiefs. You're gonna watch the Chiefs play. You're gonna watch Kansas City play. You're gonna watch, I think, a good Minnesota team play. The top of the league is gonna sort itself out real fast and real obvious on the screen in front of us on a weekly basis. But people who pay attention like we do, you know what? The bottom of the league sorts itself out too, and everyone knows who those teams are. And if we're being honest, I don't think we are that team, but I think we're in the conversation for people who want to see it to believe it, and I think that's fair. And so I think we're better than Jacksonville, and I think we have to beat them to prove it. But to me, this is a statement game for a franchise that wants to make sure that they want everyone to know, hey, we don't think of ourselves as a team that loses to Jacksonville, and we're capable of beating a game that of winning a game we should win, and that sets the tone for being in those games against the rest of the league and the teams above us, where we think, okay, we're trying to place ourselves in that ranking of the league. You have to beat Jacksonville to say what we believe is that we're better than Jacksonville.
And here's why. Their league rankings last year, I don't think they've improved so much. We talked about some of their losses and additions. Yes, they have Doug Peterson, lost the scourge of the earth, who's probably somewhere waiting for Bruce Allen to get off his meeting. Urban Meyer, but I'm just saying, they don't seem like they've really done all this. And last year, this was a team that was last in the NFL in offensive points per game at 14.9. And only 4 teams gave up more points than they did on defense. This team is not a team that they lost 8 of their last 9 games. Everyone talks about Jacksonville upsetting Carson Wentz's Indianapolis Colts. They were on an 8-game skid heading into that. So it's not like they just bettered themselves to the point. And those 2 teams played to a 6-game point spread earlier in the year when the Colts beat them 23-17. So it's one of those deals where they match up a little oddly. We've seen it before. So whatever. It was a terrible game for Carson and the Colts, but this is not a team.
Oh, it was a terrible game.
But I'm telling you, I know it was, but I'm telling you,
game.
We've seen terrible games. I'm not saying that can't happen. What I'm saying is, we will get a glimpse of who we think we are right out of the gates.
In that regard, it's must win, which I think is ludicrous and stupid in so many ways. But this is year 3 of Ron Rivera. We've put a lot of energy and effort into believing in that he's doing things that are making our team and organization better. You used to get served up a team like Jacksonville, who does have young talent, and quite honestly, Travis Etienne scares the crap out of me. But you have to be able. You got to beat Jacksonville. And so
J.D. McKissick should scare them worse.
Agreed.
Right.
Well, how about the only reason why Travis scares me is we haven't seen him ever on the field yet. And he's going to get his first shot at us. Yep. So the argument that we're making is easy for us to make because we love our team and we see it up close. But let's talk about that. Because the way we beat him isn't because we believe we're better than them. The way we beat him is because Carson has to have a game. But I want to talk about on offense specifically, and we'll move to defense after this. Mm-hmm. Let's go down the row and let's talk about. There's 3 of us, 3 players. There's easy answers, and you can deviate. Guys who have to perform slightly above where you would expect them to be, either today or for the season. They have to have big time games on offense.
For the good guys?
First. For the good guys.
Well, the man with the 4th most carries in NFL football last year, a guy that's obviously our starter, getting a majority of the reps for the first month, and our guy Antonio Gibson, part of this whole fumble thing that I think was a bit overblown, trying to get him to space is what we're going to still try and do.
Yep.
But we got to pound him between the tackles this month. The month of September, he goes between the tackles. No doubt about it. McKissick's going to come in and get some reps. But Antonio Gibson cannot have an early fumble. We got to get that crap out of it, and he's got to run the ball between the tackles with aggression. He's got to have some forward lean, stop guessing, let's get up in there, let's get what we can, and then get back out there, get you in space out wide when we need to. But we need him to bang between the tackles, wear their ass out, and not fumble the ball.
T, you pick.
So we're not taking any obvious ones out.
No, I'm not taking.
You got to be Carson Wentz.
There you go. I mean,
that's got to be. I mean, look, he like I said earlier, I think the only news really that I'm seeing, consistently is Carson ready? Is this going to be redemption? Is this the year he's going to do it? I would hate to be him right now with all that crap going on. I would want the game to just start, and I would want to go out there and prove so many people wrong. I think he's in a good spot. Seems like it's all working out. He seems happy. Other people seem to be happy with him. I would love nothing more than for him to go out there and just shut some people up and say, look, I'm still capable of doing this. And actually give us a little bit of comfort, too. That'd be nice.
It would.
All right, so I think those are probably the 2 best answers in my opinion. And so I will go with a little lesser, profiled guy, Sam Cosmi. I'm assuming that we're going to get some production from the left side of our line. I think those guys. I think if we get what Charles and Andrew can give us, then we should be fine, right? But that kid who's rushing for Jacksonville, Walker, right?
Trayvon.
He's really. I think he's really good. And if I'm them, I'm gonna battle. I'm gonna put him up against Sam Cosmi all day long.
Well, their best guy, Josh Allen.
And Josh Allen,
I mean,
of course,
that's a guy.
of course,
So they can, and Trayvon might be in the middle as well.
Sure, he'll be everywhere.
They're calling him the unicorn, and they're saying that he's shown this.
Yeah.
And it's nice to show it at camp and get a cute nickname. But
Yeah.
you know who doesn't like nicknames? Old, grizzled offensive linemen. They're
right.
not big nickname dudes.
I'd hate to be called unicorn and then fuck up.
I'm just saying.
Because then that could turn really bad.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
So as a
you guys,
representative-
you're the My Little Pony guy. You know how that can turn out, right?
I was more of a Care Bear guy,
Brony,
as you
My
well
Little
know.
Brony. What was that with it?
Are you a brony?
Care Bears.
Come on,
all
really?
day. Yeah, bronies. They were. What, did we have a whole show about?
Yeah, we did.
We did an
it's
expose
real.
on bronies.
No, we
It is
didn't. No. You uncovered
T,
it.
T,
And we were horrified.
Google it.
with T and Rhett.
Google
they went
it.
undercover to a few brony meetings.
Google brony.
It was
I mean,
amazing.
strawberry shortcake was involved. There was all kinds of
So I'm
scratch
gonna
and
skip
sniffs.
past
It was
Curtis
absurd.
Samuel. I'm skipping past Dotson. I'm skipping past the tight end. I'm going straight to Sam Cosmi. If he has a good game and like above average, like if he plays well and better than we could hope for in game one, I think that's going to be a direct result of a win would be a direct result of that. All right, so T, you get the first crack now on defense. 3 guys who have to play above what they are right this second for us to dominate the Jacksonville Jaguars offense.
I think one of the guys that needs to prove it is our cornerback Williams.
William Jackson?
Yeah, he's got to.
He's got to have a good game. He's got to feel good about it.
He left
he's
a bad
good,
taste in
obviously.
everybody's mouth last year way too much. He's got to step it up this year and play like the contracted guy he came in here to
Yeah.
be.
Okay, I got no problem with that. I mean, and Trevor Lawrence is going to want to throw the ball, and they got gifted receivers all day. So yeah, what do you got, Kev?
Speaking of contract, I'm going to talk about the guy that we got in a contract year, and we talked about the interior offensive line for Jacksonville being gone. One of his boys, I mean, Brandon Sheriff talked today about the immense respect he has for these guys up front he's going to be going against on Sunday. Deron Payne hasn't gotten paid yet. Jonathan Allen has got bank. Deron Payne's got to prove it on multiple levels to himself, for his family, for our fan base, and for everything that's going here. I've never been a guy that thought he was obviously a casualty based on who we've paid so far. I think the guys that raise up and the high tide raises all ships, and the guys that buy into this Rivera philosophy are the guys that are going to get paid. I think he has the opportunity to, but we all know there's dollars out there. What he's going to do inside week 1 to wreck that interior of that line, and any pressure you get up the middle against a young quarterback, especially against the guy that had 12 touchdown passes versus 17 interceptions last year, he is capable of throwing the ball wherever. And here's the other thing. Because of his confidence, I feel like he's going to be the guy that wants to take a few more chances here and there as well,
Sure.
which might lead to him holding on to the ball a little bit, trying to show everybody where he's come, how he's risen. Sometimes that causes more turnovers, more big plays as well. But when Deron Payne is wrecking house in the middle next to his boy Jonathan Allen, I think I would love to see Deron Payne and that pressure, that push right in the middle against QB.
Payne and Lawrence played in a big-time college game, if I'm not mistaken.
Who's this?
Deron Payne and Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. They've seen each other once before. That day, I think Deron Payne had a touchdown reception, if I'm not mistaken. But it might have been in the semis. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
It was a fuzzy time.
All right, so you guys left me with the I think the easy answer, and that's Jamin Davis. For whatever time he gets on the field, whatever he's asked to do, whatever role he's asked to play in week 1, and I'm going to be excited to see it. He's got to be better than he was last year, and he's got to play, at a higher level. And the thing is so he's a first-round prospect. Now, obviously, first-round guys bust out. He's not a bust yet. So my whole thing is, we haven't seen. We don't know the answer on Jamin Davis yet. I mean, I think we have to be open to the idea that he's not going to be, a Hall of Famer potentially, but it's also the possibility that his ceiling remains insanely high, and we haven't seen it yet. And so, at any given time, preferably this week and this season, he starts to get it. So, and he's an important piece because we don't have any freaking linebackers. So, I mean, he was a first-round pick. So if
This seems pretty important.
seems like kind of a big deal if he's good or not. But the thing is, we don't know yet. I mean, he's not bad. He hasn't bounced out of the league because of a lack of talent. He just hasn't performed at a top elite status yet. and it's still there. It's still.
He's going to have a good year.
I
I
believe
think he's
that.
going to have a good year.
But
I
he's
like the
gotta
way he
show
was
it to
moving
us.
around, of course. I like the way he was moving around this. I hate it all, but I like the way he was moving. He seems a little different.
It took him 4 years at Kentucky, so
And when he got there, he was
he's
only a
got
buck
one more year
90.
left
So
before
they
he can
had to put some weight on that dude. They gave him a scholarship at the edge position at a buck 90. He must have had some type of fortitude.
I mean, you guys know this. If in every play you watch one guy, you can tell the difference between a guy playing on the balls of his feet or on his heels. And sometimes they're doing it on purpose, and other times it's because it's a comfort thing. And I thought he, as the season went on last year and in the preseason this year, he was leaning forward a little more and kind of with a little bit more purpose, understanding where he was supposed to go and what he was supposed to do. And I think that's a big deal. I think that's it's a little thing, but I think it matters in the sense that I'm praying, that his potential gets realized.
Yeah. And when I'm playing on the balls, it's a comfort thing.
It's always a comfort thing.
For the record.
playing on the balls.
Well, yeah.
Have you ever tried to play anything on your heels? It's ridiculous.
No.
By the way, I think it's important, and I don't know if I missed this on the board, but we want to be mindful. There's a real Frank Pentangeli scenario here with
Totally
Bruce
feeling
Allen.
it. What?
What?
There was a witness in Godfather 2. The board, I'll give you the
got
board. Listen, I got to make sure he's not going to take one
Caught
from
me
the team.
off guard there.
I know I did. Because I got a new segment for us. We're going to do this all season long.
Oh.
Not camera fixing, not sweaty basement mentioning.
Okay.
This is
All
going to be in the form of a 3-person draft initially.
Okay.
It's a touchdown league.
T
Straight
said.
touchdown league. One pick for each of us. Whoever gets the most touchdowns from Redskin only in the game that we're about to have.
Okay. So
We each get 3
one
picks?
pick.
We each get one pick.
One pick?
We each get one pick.
Yeah.
Who's
T
first?
get to go first. Kevin gets to go second. I'll go third in the first week. And then next week, draft will be determined
So
by score.
how are we deciding this? With
You just pick a
quarterback,
guy.
with quarterback.
No. Quarterback, no quarterback. It's
Okay,
got to
okay.
be someone who either
Just
catches
making
it or
sure.
Quarterbacks can run it in now.
quarterback. You can get running
You get
quarterback
sneaky
touchdowns.
quarterback
We're making the
sneakies.
rules up on the fly.
Touchdowns. Just
But this is
touchdowns.
straight touchdowns. Someone's got to catch it. Someone's got to carry it.
I'm gonna go with Terry.
All right. T's got Terry. Okay. Kev.
I'm going Antonio Gibson, man. We got to bang that thing for us to be able to sling it. So
All right. I'm at a
one way or the
disadvantage
other.
because those are the ones you want in a touchdown league for our team. So it's gonna have for me to win, I'm gonna have to get lucky on Curtis Samuel.
Watch Jahan Dotson
Hey,
kick off
Jahan.
his career with at least 2
There
and,
you go.
and a buck.
All right. Week one is done, and we'll figure out a way to.
You know how close I was to taking Williams?
Jonathan Williams for goal line carries. I mean, I hope we're on the goal line a lot. I really, really do. That would be
And
great.
I hope we run a little fake power and dump it to the running back in the flat.
All right, let's talk about the last topic of the night in terms of week one is going on, and that is we have to talk about it because I'm going to get this. We're going to get the rating on this. It's going to be just us watching and just Jacksonville fans watching, and that's fine. It's just the way I want it. I don't want anyone else sneaking a peek at what we got going on.
Who's on the broadcast?
Who's on the broadcast?
Son of a...
Who's on the broadcast? Do we know? I know someone on the
I'm
board
gonna
knows.
tell
We're
you.
going to put it out to the board.
I
If
just
people on the
headed
board
up,
know,
I
we'll
thought.
talk about it. If they don't know, we won't.
I'm just
talk
going to
about it.
guess here that is Ian Eagle still affiliated with the Washington football team Redskin Commanders?
Hey, Rhett, who's calling the game on
Kevin,
Sunday?
hold on,
Look
Kevin.
it up.
Kevin Burkhardt.
He always
gets,
does.
Oh, he gets a buttload of our games. Oh God, it is Burkhardt.
Look up who we're getting for Sunday.
I don't know. The worst broadcasters.
Thank you. Well, that's the assumption.
If Pam Oliver shows up, I mean, she.
First of all, she was the A team for years.
I know.
And I don't even know if her microphone's connected anymore.
I know, but I was saying I don't mind her anymore. I kind of like having her around. I've
She's
gotten
great.
used to it.
She's. I believe whatever she says. I believe. But
But why does she look like she just came from like I don't
Who's
even know what
this?
the clubs are called anymore?
Who are
Because
you talking about?
she's Pam Oliver.
You still don't like her.
No, I don't dislike her, but she was in Landover for like 11 straight weeks last year. I was like, did she just get her
got
joint in
demoted.
PG? Like,
she got
no.
She got demoted.
And she came out there and she looked like she was just like, screw it. Like the Uber dropped her off like 11 minutes before she got
was
on
at
the sidelines.
She was at Jasper's crushing Bloody Marys.
Chris Myers, Robert Smith, and
Chris Myers and Robert Smith, the running back from Minnesota.
Vikings,
Actually,
who became a doctor. He's pretty legit.
all right.
He's not too excitable.
Chris
though.
Myers is actually.
Chris Myers is very good.
Chris Myers might be the best guy we've gotten
I think,
in a Washington-Jacksonville scenario in a while.
I think it's starting to look pretty
He
good.
doesn't
around
do
here.
a lot of
This is
big
great.
time play-by-play, but he's
good,
usually
though.
on
Yeah.
the field for the big time.
He's
games.
got that.
He was clearly available because that's the first prerequisite for someone who's going to call our game. So
I'm
he had the
fairly
week free.
impressed.
Me too. Like you know what they could have found? I mean, there was a lot of.
Oh, I do.
last time.
Oh God.
I'm thinking Chris Myers. That's basically like freaking Harry Carey and for us. I mean, it's
I would
unbelievable.
say 9/11 in DC. You can't just send like 3 turds in a bowl. You
No.
gotta bring something.
Yes.
I mean, let's go.
Chris
I
Myers.
respect that.
Whew. You know what? I take it back. There's going to be some people watching this game for Chris Myers alone.
If it's Chris Myers and Robert Smith, I wish it would have been Pam Oliver.
Yeah.
Who's the sideline reporter?
Jen Hale.
Jen Hale.
All right.
She sounds
Yeah, that's
young
fine.
and young. Actually, you know what? That's not true. I recall that name. She's
fine.
been around.
No,
Yeah, she's been around.
she's around.
She's not a. We haven't got to the point yet where there's competing other sports and the A teams are split up. You know, there's an NBA game. There's baseball playoffs. We're not there yet. So, Chris Myers. Whew, I'm telling you. You
Atta
guys,
boy,
everyone be
Chris.
on your best behavior. I'm kind of like be on your best behavior this week, everybody. We don't want to mess up having Chris Myers.
Maybe if we win, we keep getting better announcers.
Yes. Well, maybe. I would like to see it.
Like Major League. And yeah, never mind.
We should at least try it. How about this?
To take
Let's
apart
try it.
Underboard. Let's see what we can do.
Let's see if that is a result of winning. All right. So final score predictions. I think we're just about there, aren't we?
I think so. We haven't done this in a while.
We're still. Keep in mind, we're still in season finale mode.
Yeah.
There's a lot of closure. T looks like he needs a lot of closure tonight.
No, I've put some thought into this.
Yeah. What are you thinking? Do you want to do T's thoughts now, or
For
do you want to
my
wait?
for my prediction?
No, just in general.
No, I said I put thought into my prediction.
All right. Well, let's hear it.
Okay, so the prediction is it's a win because it should be a win. It shouldn't be a fluke. It shouldn't be a looking past to the next game or anything like that. I think that the Washington football team wins handily, but Jacksonville does score a late touchdown to bring it to a 27-17 Commanders win.
So you matched Greg Martin, 27-17. Good guys.
This is Greg's a smart guy.
I am going with a 30-20 Commanders victory. I'm going double digits. I think they will get 20 on us, but I think this offense might have a little something up its sleeve, and it's not a bad defense to try and unsleeve against. So
Certainly in the backfield,
Yes.
defensive backfield. Yep.
we'll take a peek at that one. But I got 30-20. That's a lot of points on opening day.
I know. I wanted to put up more points, but I also think that at a certain point, a guy like Ron Rivera is going to just start handing it off when we get to a commanding lead. So
Yeah, but
Ooh, I know. So to me, I think they score on a Travis Etienne gem. I'm just envisioning that, like a touchdown from Travis.
a check down on 3rd and 5 from the 21. He makes a man miss in
Going
open
for it,
Yeah,
field.
then it's an Olympic
All right.
sprint, to the end zone.
He was a stud.
Yeah.
But,
So I'm giving him one play.
He's going to be annoying. I said on my
Yeah.
prediction, he's going to annoy us.
Yeah, he'll end up with like 100 because of this long run. He'll end up with like 145 yards, but they will still have only scored 10 points on us.
Well, James Robinson is playing.
He's ready to go.
He's playing, but so one's coming off Achilles, one's coming off Liz Frank. We got a second-year quarterback who threw for not a ton of yards.
Our defensive front
Come on.
has a guy who's coming
Come
off
on.
the Achilles all day long.
Yeah.
So I'm going 38-10 home team. I think we get a defensive touchdown, and I think we get 4 offensive touchdowns and a Joey Sly field goal because because we're driving late, and instead of scoring a touchdown, Rivera takes 3. I think this.
That's
do.
a huge spread in the NFL, man.
I know. Well,
May I say this real quick?
Yep.
My final great stat of the day. In their 8 road losses last year, the Jacksonville Jaguars lost by a combined 18 points per road loss. That's a huge spread in the NFL, too.
Yep.
Wait,
They-
a combined
18 a game.
points.
I'm 28 in this one, but 18 a game is a big one.
They lost by 144 combined points on the road.
Yeah.
They're not a very good football team. I'm sorry, but that's just
I think
the facts.
Doug's a good coach. I
He's a
think
good
they're
coach.
talented all day long, as you should be when you draft at the top of the draft every single year for an eternity. So, but it hasn't happened for them, and they don't have income tax. Awesome, but they're also not a great team. So take what you can. If you
They've
will.
lost their last 17 road games by 14.1 points. This is a bad football team, man. I'm sorry.
That's why it's must win.
No one else has these numbers.
It's must win.
And they haven't really improved that tremendously. If we play like crap, we should still win.
But
I just don't expect that. I get it. I get what league this is, but on the road, this
Gotta
is.
win this game.
Yeah, and I don't know.
I just don't want any more.
but
We played like crap and had a chance to win, like we've been saying.
If
for
we
the last
lose,
couple of years. That
we're
would
not
suck.
good.
Yeah, and then
If
for the
we
rest,
lose, we're not good.
For the rest of the season, no matter what happens, if we go on a mini streak or if things get hot, everyone's gonna be like, but you lost to Jacksonville.
Speaking
week
of
one."
getting hot, the only way they can beat us is if this sophomore quarterback comes out the gate slinging it. That's the only way they can beat us. That's the only way. If this guy shows a lot more special than he has, and then puts the NFL on notice with a 335-yard, 4-touchdown game. It happened to us more than anyone else last year. So I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility. I just if that team does that to us in week 1, it's gonna be a long ass season. That's like a 14-inch butt right there.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be hurtful. Super hurtful.
But
Well, yeah, 14 inches is a lot, dude.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a long pair of cheeks.
It's the most butt. I'm noticing that we've only been going for 41 minutes. We promised them 36, 37. I told them we'd get a little bit extra. For the most part, everyone's on board with what you guys are saying. No one's yet on board with what I'm saying, which is fine. I'm being a little bit ridiculous. But
I just would like to let Greg know. I believe that the term for Kenny Albert is 2 words. I'm not certain.
Yes. It is.
Urban Dictionary. We'll have to figure it out, but
what's a
Panacheed?
What's a Panacheed?
Panacheed Kenny
Panacheed.
Albert.
Panacheed. Is that Scottish?
Panashed.
We need AGH here. He's from Wales. He could interpret.
Panesiad.
Yeah, Panesiad. I was gonna say.
Panesiad. Kenny Albert.
It's like an anniversary
Here, I can write it for you.
for announcers. Well, everybody,
Say that word. out
one
loud.
more off season on the brink in the books. It was awesome.
Panesiad.
Appreciate you guys hanging out with us every Tuesday night for an entire off season. I haven't noted it during the season, and I'll note it in the finale. Every off season doesn't have to be this long. Some off seasons some teams have shorter off seasons. As much as I love off season on the brink,
I see what you did
I'd
there.
love if it was like 3 or 4 weeks
I
shorter.
saw that.
Maybe like 2 or 3 weeks shorter. Or you know what I mean? I'm just saying. It's a great show. I love it to death. But let's have a shorter season next year. It's season 4 of Off Season on the Brink. Love for it not to be 29 weeks long. My goal is like 26 weeks long. That would be a great off season on the brink. That would mean some good things for us. We'll be back in a week from now to begin After the Whistle, dedicated to the proposition that every great television show deserves an after show. And there's no better TV than Washington Redskins.
I agree.
Football team, Commanders. And what else do you want in life? So we will be here to talk about everything that was. So I encourage everyone, watch it with the sound up until we start doing broadcasts of it, in which case turn the sound down and listen to us. We're not far away from. How could we be? How could we be? We got to try that at least once this year.
All right.
Can we?
I don't know. I think we should watch together. Yes. Is that illegal still?
I don't know. I don't even know. He's the lawyer. Why are you asking me?
Let's just do it and see what happens.
Let's just do it and see
Can
what
we all
happens.
be online watching it together?
think so.
Sure, absolutely.
do like a
That's- so
WCAC
you
call
just-
on it? We can.
We can't show any part of the game.
Can't show any part of the game.
as it's
Tasteful,
happening.
totally tasteful. We're gonna show zero game. It'll be like covered up, like for the most
Tasteful.
part.
It's
And
not
we
going to be
can't-
tasteful.
I
With like a
don't-
bikini.
I'm not
Like
even
be a
covering
one-
the game part.
Are you allowed to give updates?
Yeah, to be honest with you, listen,
I have to look that up.
I can't comment on
I'll
all
have
of
to
this
look
If I look at my phone and it says what the score is, I can read that off my phone, correct?
Yes, that is allowed. But
So if we-
I'm wondering
That
about
would be
how the
allowed.
duration of how many
What about
updates and
a delay?
how.
5-second delay, 10-second delay. What's the right answer?
I'll look it
So,
up.
what about Ken's
look it up.
5-bullet point thesis on how to wash our ass before the opening game of the year?
That's total. That's been pre-cleared.
Nice.
Hey,
Yes.
come on, that's a good.
I've
Number 5
actually-
is
I've
the-
actually-
I was gonna ask for forgiveness.
I've
before
actually been
permission.
asked
Yeah,
if
fair enough.
if that could be shared already, and it's already been put out there. So
just the underboob.
Get Doc Walker.
No game.
Doc Walker will be fine with the underboob of the game.
It's going to be very tasteful, very tastefully done. And we got a like out of that. I mean, there's a lot of people watching who haven't liked, and I respect that. But 4 of you have liked it. And that all goes to a place. They package it up, and they hold it for a number of years. And then at some point, when they determine it that it's okay, then you get your likes.
Nice.
We'll see. I don't know. Maybe you got a big package to open. Maybe you don't. Who knows? We got 4. You know, six now. That went from 4 to 6.
Holy shit.
Basically,
That was amazing.
That's gonna be a pretty big day for all
Amazing.
of us on that day. So, and also thank you. We will be back to talk about the game that was, the experience that was, and we'll have maybe we'll have an update about when we're gonna go live during a game. I think that should happen on this channel.
Well, I hope all of you have fun watching it with friends and family the way we always have. I remember a season opener 30 years ago, like when we just knew we were going to win. You knew you were going to someone's for opening day, and you know it was a W. Yep. There should be good food to be had. By the time Dick Enberg came on, you were having the Sunday freak out because school was rapidly approaching, and that Trapper Keeper had not been touched since Friday at about 2:30. That's what I hope for all these fans, the guys that are on the board, the guys in our families, us. I hope it for us. Can we finally have some legitimacy? Can we have a good football team? I know we don't have a Super Bowl contender just of yet, but I think we got the ability to have a good football
Let's go
team.
1-0.
I think you're asking a lot.
And let's
for,
go 1-0.
for a Super Bowl contender.
No, I said I don't think.
No.
I said I don't
Anybody,
think.
not you. Anybody who's asking for a Super Bowl contender this year is asking for a lot.
Maybe, but us certainly.
Let's be a legitimate playoff contender.
That's all I want.
That's all I want. I'll take that.
I just want us to play a brand of football that we're proud of, and I don't want any more BS going on with all the authorities. I just want some football, man.
Yeah. Now, and that is an important
not a
point.
losing record playoff team, mind you. A legitimate.
But
Right.
but again, the beauty of week 1 for us is so Offseason on the Brink is dedicated to telling the story of this sordid family soap opera of the Snyder family. That's an all-season topic. During the regular season, the beauty of watching football is that's all we really care about.
Yeah.
Ultimately, we just want to watch our team and ideally watch them win. Now, I know we have to address that because I've been called an enabler just because of my fandom and passion for Sundays, and I've been extremely clear, as we all have. That's not even close to a right-minded approach to this whole situation.
My wife goes through that for many, many other
she
reasons.
does. She does.
Congratulations. Yes. I'm just saying. I mean, Tease does too.
I've
Come
gotten
on.
in trouble for it.
You're an enabler.
It's red.
You're
It's
one of
red.
you're one of the best enablers. You're one of the most positive enablers.
you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
That's very true
So
on both ends.
So we're going to enjoy, I should say, what's about to happen on Sunday, and I think that we have a very reasonable expectation of a positive result on Sunday. I think that is logical. That is right-minded. We've been illogical and not right-minded about our team enough in the last 20 years. This is not that.
After the stats I dropped, shit.
That's all I'm saying.
When you look at it from that perspective, you're like, holy moly. Now I'm starting to get anxiety about
The
it.
snake
I just wanna-
enabler. That's pretty good. All right. I'm Ken Marangolo, Tim Strachan, Benjamin, Kevin Ricca. We'll be back next Tuesday night to talk about how we went 1-0 on Thank God It's Tuesday, and we are still live.
May everyone on the board enjoy the hell out of this game. Still live.
Go Skins. I can still say that, right?
Go